Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Township of Springfield, County of Union, State of New Jersey, weekly meeting for February 23rd, 2021. Notice this meeting is being held in accordance with public laws of 1975, Chapter 231, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the township website. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance with David Penna from American Legion Post 228.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent. Thank you, David. Can I please have a moment of
My honor.
silence for all of our service members abroad and at home? All right, thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Weber,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
I'm present.
Committeeman Capides,
Here.
Committeewoman DuBois,
I'm at Town Hall.
and Committeeman Huber is not with us tonight.
It's so peaceful here.
All right, proclamation and announcements. We did a proclamation for Radon Month. Radon kits are available for residents at Town Hall. Please call 973-912-2285 if you wish to schedule an appointment to pick up a kit. And we also have the Chisholm Community Center and Senior Citizens Club March calendar is out. Hello. Pick up a copy. It'll give you all of the activities coming up for March. They have a very nice assortment of things. I know you can't read it in here. I'm just showing you, but every day is filled. Let's move on. We'll do the other thing afterwards. Let's move on to public comment for agenda items only. Apu, do you see anything? I don't see anything.
I do not.
Okay. Reports. Let's go on to the administrator's report with our business administrator, Mr. John Basicolo. Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I wanted to let everyone know our fire engine will be tomorrow at the firehouse. And along with, we have a first female firefighter also. That's what's happening at the fire department real quick. From our DPW, just in case someone wasn't aware, we've been doing nothing but plowing this past month. So far, we've had 42 inches. We cleared over 500 miles of roadway. We dispensed over 100 tons of rock salt on the street and the parking lots and the township sidewalks. We had 10 water main breaks this month. American Water did a very good job, though, repairing in a timely manner. We have to get in touch with them, though, to come back into this in the springtime to repair a lot of the roadways. A lot of those roads were in the moratorium that they were under 5 years old. So they've got to come back and they've got to be repaved curb to curb. And then the last thing is our new John Deere front end loader arrived on Friday. And I believe, Mr. Apu, could you put up a picture of our lovely front end loader? There she is. This loader will replace our 24-year-old loader that we are currently using. And that loader actually will be sold and will bring the township some money. And we will let you know as soon as that happens to keep you in the loop on exactly how much money the old loader did actually bring in. I'd like to move on to our redevelopment right now. Over at our Gomes property, he came in and picked up his permits for the garage and the steel. They've been approved and he's got his permits. We expect to see steel sometime probably next month, it looks like. We're hoping that all goes well and the weather cooperates and we are able to be able to get that done. On Charlie Larkin's property, Charlie again is moving along, and he's now passed some more of his inspections, electrical, and I think he did some sheetrocking. So Charlie's done a very good job, has had no holdup on his. On our Saks property, which I think the mayor will speak about later also, they came in and got their demo permit on Friday and dropped off the check for the demo permit, and they did start today on the demo process. I'd like to go on to our rec department. Spring sport registration is underway online for baseball, softball, lacrosse, and soccer, as well as extracurricular virtual classes, sports clinics, and schools out camps sponsored by the rec department and private vendors. The Chisholm Gym reopened has begun successfully with several weeks of youth basketball practices and baseball tryouts. Additional sports practices will be added soon. The monthly senior citizen virtual meeting takes place this Thursday at 1 p.m., which will be a concert with local musicians Dave and Tom. Interested seniors can call or email the rec department to RSVP and get the Zoom link on that. I did want to touch also on our reval. We are going to pick up the reval again in March, and we're offering 3 options on the inspection. Now, we're done with the outside measurements. We now have to go to the inside. So there's going to be 3 choices in order to get that done. We're going to have a walkthrough. We're going to have a Zoom, and we're also going to be able to mail back your rooms and dimensions. And we do have the potential forms on those already to take a look at. Apu, did I send those to you?
You did.
You want to just flash those up real quick?
Sure.
And these may change somewhat from what we see. If you'd scroll down. So this is the form that you can fill out. And again, we're still refining, but again, you're going to have 3 options in order to get the inside of the house taken care of. So if you don't wish anybody to come into the house, you'll have multiple ways to make that happen. Thank you, Apu. Last thing I wanted to touch on is from Statewide Insurance. We got a rebate check from them for, I believe this was for safety. Let me just make, yes, this was for safety and risk management. Thank you, Mary Ellen. That was very nice to see. Helps keep our costs down. I think other than that, I think that's all we had at the moment. Did I miss anything? Does anyone have any questions?
I do. For the reval that's going on in March. I
Yes.
don't know how the rest of the township committee feels, but maybe perhaps we should get Mr. Galante back in here.
Sure.
Just to take a portion of the next meeting, just to talk about the process and procedure in those 3 options.
Yep.
It's certainly been a while since it's been explained to the general public, and I think it could be proved very beneficial. Does that sound like a good idea to everybody?
How about we do that March 9th?
That's cool. Did you say that we got the fire truck in yet? The new fire truck, has that been delivered?
It's been delivered, but it'll be at the firehouse tomorrow, Wednesday.
Awesome. Awesome.
So if anybody would like to go over and see it, I'm sure Carlo would be happy to show it off.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
David, if you haven't had a chance to see Dave and Tom, I think they were performing for the senior citizens. I know they have a large social media following, and I think one of the boys that play the guitar is the son of one of our bus drivers. If you haven't got a chance to see them, they are really, really talented, and there's some good stuff there. But thank you, I appreciate it. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. If there's nothing else, we'll move on to a bid update. Mike Scalera, you
On,
there?
by the way, Mr. Mayor.
What is it?
Chief Cook is on, by the way.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna cover the chief stuff at the end, and I'm gonna cover the fire truck somewhere in the middle. We'll
Very
get to,
good.
okay. Mike, you there?
Yes, I am. Okay, thank you, Mayor. And I'm not going to steal a thunder, but yeah, we went out to the Saks property
Go ahead and
today.
do it.
Oh, or we can do a tag team here. We can join in together. So, it was a great event. We've been looking forward to this for years. And, what was great about it, obviously, the building finally has come down, and I talked to Mr. Wilf and Scott. Scott is the project manager of it. I think he's kind of like his right-hand person. And, I discussed with them, obviously how satisfied we are that this is going to happen. But I did reach out to them, obviously looking for other projects. And I said, if you guys were interested, if we feel that there's any other projects, opportunities on Morris Avenue, would you guys be interested, your company be interested in me reaching out to you? And they said, absolutely. So again, the whole idea behind the redevelopment projects are finding the right redeveloper to do these projects. And obviously John, has been working with Charlie and Gomes, and this has just been an incredible sight to see everything coming down on it. So it's the connections that we have that we can reach out to them and talk to them and say, okay, look, there's other locations that maybe would be viable for you guys to take control. I was telling the mayor, 2-3 years ago when the Gomes project was going into play, somebody said to me, you should reach out to Mr. Wilf. And I was a little intimidated by it, reaching out to Mr. And I've never met him before or talked to him before. So I did reach out to him with the Gomes project, and he was very much, what do you want? And like, very straightforward. And I said, well, look, we have the redevelopment going on in Springfield and the Gomes project. And he goes, give me Mr. Gomes's phone number and location, and I will contact him. And obviously nothing happened from that. And then when I heard about the Stop and Shop saying, finally, we're going to sell the project, I reached out to Mr. Wilf again. And I said, Mr. Wilf, I go, Stop and Shop is looking to sell the property. He goes, get me over that information, which I was able to do so. And hence 2-3 years from now, we're actually seeing progress made in regards to it. So it's really exciting to see this is happening. And again, the mayor did a great job with his speech there. And Mr. Wilf will be driving by there every day,
Every day.
every day, and just to making sure everything is being taken care of. And really exciting to see. That's my little Saks thing. We're planning on a meeting, which again, it's apropos because all this is going on. I did talk to Mr. Wilf and Scott. They did say this project should be completed within a 2-year period, which is really quick and exciting again. And then, Charlie, and then John could probably add on to this, might be done in 9 months. And then Gomes project in 2 years. So within the next 2 years or so, we're seeing 3 tremendous projects being completed, and now redevelopment will be here. And then the face of Springfield will be on the map for people to see. So we're really excited about it. And again, we're setting that we had our meeting this morning. We're going to concentrate now in bringing in more property owners, having meetings with them, probably in May, probably outside, getting all the property owners. We're going to reach out to each one of them on Morris Avenue and explaining to them what's going on in Springfield, because a lot of them may not know. A lot of them are property owners' children that are just maintaining these buildings. So we want to see where they're at and possibly whether they want to sell it, make their facades better. And then also we're looking at General Green, reaching out to them again. We reached out to them a couple of years ago, but we think this is an opportune time to go to them and go, look, here's what's going on in Springfield now. What do you think would be the opportunity or thing for you guys to maybe improve your property or maybe sell it? So we're being very proactive. Again, that's the way the bid has always been for making redevelopment a possibility and a reality. Just on a side note, I'm meeting with them on Friday. Me and Scott Seidel, we're meeting with Scream Trucks. It's an ice cream truck company, and they're opening up in Springfield. Their headquarters will be in Springfield, even though they will be doing other locations, obviously bringing their trucks, whether they're residential streets, events, everything, but they're going to be in Springfield, their headquarters. So Scott and I are going to go meet with them. So again, if you think you may need an ice cream truck.
Samples? Yeah, samples. We need samples.
Okay. Erica will have them meet at your house. Okay. So yes. So we're going to meet with them, see what they're doing. And again, they're really excited to be in Springfield. And again, it's another brand or an opportunity for a company to flourish in Springfield. And then also we're looking for the summertime with the warmer weather around the corner. For us, it's around the corner. We always have to plan 2-3 months in advance, is doing some outside events and locations, whether having music, having food trucks, ice cream trucks, and other businesses where people can come together and celebrate. Again, I believe that we will all get through this together. We've been working very, very hard as a team for the past year and, trying to maneuver to make things better. So that's my report.
Hey,
And,
Mike, I have a question.
Sure, Erica.
Looking at the building that's coming up on Church Mall and seeing that obviously the retail space is for rent, what's the process like on our end or on your end? Is there a way that you actively engage people to see if they have interest in moving into that? Or is it just, does the realtor do that? How does that process work? I know residents, people always talk with their friends or, oh, I wish this would go there or that. And
Yep.
not that we have any control over that, but what does that process look like so people can understand it a little bit better?
Yeah, excellent question. And, we've been, we're between the Gomes property, the Sachs property, that property, regardless of whether it's a big or small, it's kind of like in the direction of the people that own the building. They're very proactive. They want to get residents or people that are rental in there, but they also want to get retail in there. So generally, and this is a general answer to your question, is that they'll reach out to commercial real estate companies to go, hey, we're anticipating opening up within about a year and a half. What do you think? Franchises. Obviously, it's going to bring in higher amounts of rental there. So it's going to eliminate the mom and pops. Not totally eliminate, but if they can afford it, fine. But you get franchises that are very much interested in regards to it. So they're very proactive. In Charlie's situation, I think we saw, Wolf Real Estate.
Yeah,
is
Lucas
going
Wolf
there.
is going to have his headquarters there, Mike. That's gonna be
Correct, exactly. So, Lucas is local. He's been in Springfield. He's probably got a relationship with Charlie and going, okay, I'm not too sure, Scott, and you can confirm it. Is he occupying the whole downstairs, or I think they're renting? He's only doing a certain percentage of the
No,
downstairs.
I believe Lucas Wolf will move his office there from where it presently is across from the Shell station.
Right,
His real estate office there, but he will not be using up the entire space. I believe he'll
Right.
be leasing some of the other spaces out. And the signs are up, and you can see on the far right side, it says coming soon, Lucas Wolf. And then the ones to the left just say Lucas Wolf, just an advertising.
right.
That's pretty typically what's done, Erica, is you'll find a commercial real estate agent, and there's different seminars and trade groups and retail trade groups who specialize in only retail commercial real estate. And they've already been out there looking for tenants. They know what their specifications are. They know what they're looking for. They know who's looking for what area. And so they'll have a good handle on it. But I know what you're saying. A lot of people say, well,
Yeah, like we have no control over what goes in. Yeah.
Right, correct.
yeah, absolutely, we don't. It's a free market, and the control is landlord.
Yeah, exactly. And I've had a lot of people, great idea, going, we need another coffee shop, which would be great in there, or a Starbucks, whatever. It's great to have the desire, and I agree with it. But I think the bottom line is the property owner goes, okay, we have a perfect fit for there. And then they go to the town and say, okay, we want the approval to have X in there. I'm not too sure if we can talk about it, but I believe there's a buyer for the Spirit building. And I'm again, there's rumors. I don't want to throw any rumors out there, but
Rumors
there
are
could
great.
be-
Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a massage parlor. No, I'm joking. So sorry, guys. So you know what? There are companies. John's like, I don't need more work. But yes, I heard something's going on in Spirits, that location. But again, you don't have any choice to go, I want this in there,
Yeah.
as long as it's viable for the property owner. And again, you guys can tell me how that works behind the scenes. But that's really my report. But great question, Erica, because we get that all the time.
Yeah.
And if you see it on Facebook, people are going, you know what, this would be perfect. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
And then you get the comments and the chatter, and it's great, but it's just, we don't have any control.
Mike, Yeah, you have to understand if it fits the zoning ordinance, we
Right.
really have no control over it. So I know people a lot of times say the last thing we need is another nail salon.
Right,
Well, if
correct.
it's zoned and they're allowed to be there, you really can't stop them.
Yeah.
So we
And
don't-
also, I know that people look at surrounding towns and look at things. I used to live in Cranford a few years before I lived here on North Ave, before it was built up, and you see all those things. But all the towns around us have train stations, which we don't have. So it's a little bit of a different, it's a different type of dynamic. And I don't know if people also consider that it's a little different. It's not the same type of thing. You don't have as much foot traffic.
Correct. Beth, you can also add in on this, but we did have a complete analysis done. I forgot the name of the company, but they did look at our town specifically in regards to there's no train, what would work in our town as opposed to other towns. And believe it, there's many other towns similar to Springfield that don't have the train, don't have the movie theater, don't have certain things that mimic our town that they flourish and are very successful.
Yeah, but what's interesting that's happening is in a town, because we don't have the train and everything, our rent's going to be a little lower. That's what people are looking for right now. They're seeing a lot of opportunities because rents are lower all around. I mean, Westfield's really struggling right now from what I haven't seen it recently, but I understand it still is struggling. Cranford then got healthier because people were moving from Westfield to Cranford because their rents were a little lower. So now, the population, everything's moving right now. People want to move to towns. The Springfield housing market's exploded.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the retailers look for. So, I mean, it's going to be a different type of retailer going forward, by the way. It's not going to be, goods, someone that has shoes or clothing or things. It's more services that are coming in. But they do see opportunity and they are looking and are at, even during this time, looking to jump on the opportunities out there. So what we do keep our ears out there. We hear things. I do get people calling us and saying, we go, yeah, and I give them the name of the landlord. We can't make the deals for them, but we certainly can try to find things and direct them.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the
Thank you, Eric.
response.
All right. You guys want to talk about Saks now, or you want to talk about it later?
Good.
Do it now. I got to tell you, like I said to you at the groundbreaking, super excited. I'm really happy that his office is literally up the block, and he will be passing by there every day. You guys left a little earlier. I stayed about 25 minutes past you guys leaving. That whole side of the building was already down by the time I left. That thing will be down by the end of the week. And they already got more done than in one day then. So that was very nice. Anybody got anything on that, or we've covered that already?
I think we forgot to say go Vikings, and I think that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, he had the Viking hat on, no doubt.
I was going to ask him if he wanted Sam Darnold.
Sorry, go Vikings.
He had that hat on. No.
Yeah, I
no
wondered
doubt.
if he maybe wanted Sam Darnold. I was going to ask him, but he seemed busy, so.
Maybe he'll make you a general manager.
Hey, I run a fantasy football league. I'm ready. Let's go.
Qualified enough. All right. So
honestly,
yeah,
though,
so
one last thing. That was a pretty cool thing that we got to do today, and
yeah.
I'll still be honest. Marrying people has been the coolest thing that I've gotten to do so far. Number two, this was pretty exciting, and I'm glad this happened in year 3.
Yeah, this was a great thing, and everybody's put a lot of effort into it, and planning board's got a lot of hours into it. I don't know if you're listening, Tiger, but you and your crew got a lot of time into this. Miss Law, thank yous a lot. Rich too. Rich has been in that since the beginning. All right, if we got nothing else, let's move on to finance. Deputy Mayor Kaiser, you want to pay some bills?
Yeah, I guess we should. All right, so I will make a motion to adopt the payroll and invoices for the period of February 10th through February 23rd, 2021 in the amount of $1,198,431.42.
I second.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeeman Capides,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess you'll just file away the budget account status and the January revenue comparison report.
All right. I would like to make a motion to adopt the regular and executive meeting minutes of January 26, 2021 as emailed.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
New business ordinances, no second readings. We do have one first reading.
Yes, ordinance 2021-05. This ordinance amends chapter 7 traffic at section 7-26 bus stops to delete and add certain bus stops within the township.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 2021-05 first reading as read by Madam Clerk for publication in the local source on March 4th, 2021, with a final hearing on March 23rd.
And I will give you that second. Discussion.
Any discussion at all, or we're all pretty good with that? I know it was only 2 bus stops, I believe.
Yeah, no, I think, and I think we explained it last time that we just had to do it by ordinance instead of resolution. So I think we're pretty set on this one.
Yes.
All right.
Committeeman Capides,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'll just tell you for right now, I'm going to pull 2021-70. And I'm going to look to have resolutions approved by consent agenda for resolutions 2021-69, 2021-71, 2021-72, 2021-73, 2021-74, 2021-75, 2021-76, and 2021-77.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2021-69 and 2021-71 through 2021-77.
I will second.
Committeeman Capides,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 2021-71. This resolution appoints Stephanie Bagnuski as probationary firefighter. I said her name right.
Chief, Carl, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, I got to tell you, we weren't sure if we were going to get it done, but this is very exciting. And for anybody that doesn't know, this resolution is appointing our first female firefighter for Springfield. Can you tell us a little bit of how you've prepared for this and about her?
Yes, absolutely. Over the last year and a half, we put some checkpoints in the fire department and prepped, hoping that we would get to hire our first female firefighter. She is the 82nd career firefighter hired in Springfield. So since 1929, we became a career fire department. And since then, we've only hired 82 firemen. So she is one of 82. She's came out 4th on the hiring list out of 100. Stephanie graduated from Cranford High School. She also graduated from Marywood University in PA. She is a 4-year varsity softball player. awarded high honors in softball.
You had me at
She-
softball.
Yes, she also graduated from Union County Fire Academy, where she received the Ken Nocero Award for the highest grade point average. She is background as far as firefighter. Her father is a retired Harrison firefighter, and her brother is a lieutenant with Cranford Fire Department. She's got about 2 years of experience for volunteering in Cranford. She's been in and out of the firehouse over the last 2 weeks with background checks, and she's met most of the department. She will be sworn in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and then put right to work because she's got a fire engine to load up, which is set to arrive at 10.
Is that like a ceremony? Can I come by?
Yes. I was gonna
Yeah,
say, you
it's-
guys want to come by.
Yes, absolutely. Linda's always kind enough with these ever-changing times now. We meet her nice and early and we swear her in. I'm hoping maybe in the next month or two, if things resume some sort of normalcy, that we could do something a little nicer at Town Hall. But for now, we'll take what we can get, and it's supposed to be a little warmer. So if it's warm outside, we could do it right out front in Town Hall. And if not, we do it quickly inside. And then if you're around, you're more than welcome around 10. The engine is set to arrive around 10 a.m. where we'll do our final last inspection. And from there, she's going to get right to work.
Awesome.
When did you give me that time? When did Springfield become a career firefighter position?
1929.
1929, we hired our first fire chief. And then over the last
Wow.
70 years, I guess, we've gone through, we've hired 82 firemen.
That's at 90 years right now, actually.
Yeah. So it's
82 of
a,
them. That's wow.
it's a small number, and she did it and she earned her way. Stephanie was one of the top scorers throughout the entire process. And we got it done. This list was set to expire in, I want to say 2 weeks. So it worked out. Timing was right. And we're looking forward to having her. She's going to be a great asset to the team.
Yeah, let's. I don't want to gloss over the fact that out of 100, she was fourth. So she was up there, you know.
And when you say fourth, we weren't talking, we're talking tenths of a point. So
Right.
They were all the top 5 candidates. Our top 10 on the list, all of them have been hired either by Springfield or other towns. So they were all up there and prepared. So she really stepped up and she performed, and she's going to be a tremendous asset for this department.
Well, I am happy that we were able to get her before anybody else is, and I think next month is Erica, Women's Month.
I have some ideas, but I'm not
There you
going to
go.
say anything right now.
Yep,
All right.
just reach out, and it can be better. We have some other things in the work that you'll be happy with as well, that we're planning on bringing some awareness to. So
And I think we need a township softball team now, if you guys aren't scared of us. I mean,
Yeah.
let's go, let's do this.
there you go. I'm
All
sure
right.
she's ready, and she's also helped coach Cranford High School for several years out
I
of
mean,
college.
I won't hold that against her. They were my arch nemesis in high school, but that's okay. Her good outweighs that part, so it's fine.
Yeah, Erica's all state on there. So
I'm
Yeah.
ready, let's go.
I saw
All
those-
three,
go.
baby.
I saw Erica's news articles.
Yeah, let's go.
You know,
But,
Mr. Mayor, if I could just add, I want to commend Chief Palumbo
Definitely.
on this whole process. Chief Palumbo, Chief Cook, Coordinator Seidel, even Mr. Betcher. I always would credit them with being so forward thinking, and specifically with the fire department. I remember when I first came on board to the township committee, over 3 years ago now. You want to talk about forward thinking. When I first met the chief and he first gave me a tour of the firehouse, included in that tour were plans specifically for a scenario just like this. So, whether it be the shower facility, whether it be the sleeping arrangements, the sleep facilities. So this was on their mind for quite a long time. And it's certainly nice to see this come to fruition and this become a reality. And I just would like to commend, Chief Palumbo and his staff for, really being forward thinking and being on the forefront of this part of Springfield history. And I'm very, very excited about this.
Absolutely.
I'll do a roll call on that, Mayor.
Yes, please.
Well, actually, do we need a
Nope.
motion
We
first?
didn't make a motion.
Okay. Oh, all
Okay.
right.
I make a motion to appoint Stephanie Bagnuski as probationary firefighter.
And I will second.
Okay. Committeeman Capides,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Kaiser,
Of course, yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Absolutely.
Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And welcome, Stephanie, even though you're probably not watching because we don't get a big audience.
Nobody watched.
Also, I'd like to thank the town council on this. I really appreciate your support and continued support. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
All right. Discussion and action items. Chief John Cook, you around?
Yeah, I'm here. Hopefully my technology works.
That's okay. We got you. We can hear
I'm
you
good.
loud and clear. We know we
All
had
right,
a few
excellent.
things that we wanted to talk about in police today.
Yeah, well, first I want to congratulate Stephanie. Girl power, I'm all about it. We have 6 females on our department, so I'm sure she'll be very welcomed. So good job. I did on a sadder note, I did want to talk about, excuse me, on Saturday, this past Saturday, one of our retired members passed away. Deputy Chief George Hillner. George had come on to our department in 1976, retired in 2010. He was our first and only deputy chief for the police department. A brief rundown on his career. He was assigned to patrol from 1976 to 1982. He was our first crime prevention officer as well, which is a spot he held from 1982 through 1989. He was promoted to sergeant in 1990. In 97, he became an administrative sergeant. Then he was promoted to deputy chief in 2006. Prior to working for Springfield, he had worked for the New Jersey Treasury Department, doing investigations with smuggling types of things, which is pretty interesting. So our condolences go out to his family. I know it's sad. It was an unexpected thing, like a lot of people are dealing with nowadays. So I just wanted to mention that George, we got a lot of, anybody that knew George has a lot of great stories about George. Linda's probably laughing too. I know she knows George very well. So I appreciate giving me the time just by speaking about him briefly. And now I'm yours for any questions that you might have on anything else.
Okay, so the first question I have is, came from resident Michael Bartosh. He's asking about the police blotter.
Okay, I mean, I'm not sure if he's referring to, I know there had been stuff in the media in the past. We now post stuff on our Facebook pages, which we may have slipped off a little bit on that in the past several months due to, and it's not that there's no crime in Springfield. There's crime everywhere, so don't think I'm saying that Springfield's a bad place. Our guys are very proactive. Crimes that we do have, our rate of solving those crimes is very high. But we're not immune to it, and neither is any town. Doesn't matter what part of Jersey or the country that you're from. But I will take note of that and make sure we do anything that's noteworthy. We'll make sure we get it out there through the police Facebook page. So if Mr. Bartosh is happy with that, then we certainly will take his request to heart, and we'll take care of that.
Okay. I actually have something that I'm noticing. I'm going over the statistics right now for the month. And I have to tell you, we have a very good department. I don't see anything, severely disproportionate from last year to this year, except for, and I know that this was a bad month with February was pretty rough with the snow and stuff like that. And I'm going to go back to January real quick. I'm looking at summons takes and specifically, violations between 2020 and 2021. And I know we're at a different stage where COVID dictates things a little bit differently at times, and I get that, but we're a little off. We're kind of really off onto where we
I'll
were.
jump in. I'll jump in so you don't have to look for any other adjectives to describe it. But I was a little, when I seen those myself, I was a little bit surprised. COVID has some part to do with it. Another big part is the DMV lot, which was, a daily, mess with violations since they went to like an appointment type of process. That is pretty much cleaned up. There's really not much there. And that generated, 75 to 100 summonses probably a month just in that lot. But besides that, there's no excuses. I will be dealing with our supervisors who are I'm ultimately responsible, but I will be working diligently on accountability. You can count on that.
Thank you. I want to say one thing, and if this gets replayed to them, all the better. I've said it since 2019 when I got here with Alex. I don't think you'll ever have a more police-friendly committee than you have right now. This is what you see going on around different parts of the country is not happening here. I will back you to the end of the earth if you do your job and you do it correctly. And I know there's there's some issues in other parts and stuff like that have to be handled, and sometimes it's easier to just kind of sit back, but that's not what I'm looking for here. I'm looking here for these guys and girls to go out every day and do what they were supposed to do and be the best that they can be. So,
the support is clearly understood and appreciated. This very well being an anomaly. It's already been addressed initially, and it will continue to be addressed. So, pun intended, it is now on my radar.
Thank you. Mizell Avenue, please, Mizell Avenue, if you can. Let's keep hitting them over. So, thank you, Chief. I don't have anything else.
If I make one note, again, thank you for allowing me to. If you look at the overtime numbers, that's thanks to two things. It's a drastic decrease from the year prior. The modified schedule that we had used is a great part of that, but also you allow me to keep the number of officers that I have. Officers are now on their own, so that certainly helps to alleviate any overtime.
So to make it known, overtime is roughly 1/6 of what it was last year at this time. So
correct.
That's huge.
Correct. So that's again, thanks for your guys' support me to keep my staffing at what it is.
Yeah, well, anything we can do. We all moved here for the same reason. We love a safe Springfield. Anybody have any discussion or action items?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Great.
If that's it, then let's move on. We have 3 items of correspondence, one from Westfield regarding ordinance 2207, one from JCP&L regarding telephone public hearing on March 9th at 4:30 and 5:30, And a Cranford virtual public hearing for the amended housing element and fair share plan, March 3rd at 7:30. With that, I'll move on to public comment on any governmental issue. Do we have any public comment on any governmental issue? Who, do you see anything?
None, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Anybody have anything before I make a motion to adjourn? Once, twice.
Oh, can I say something really fast? I'm sorry. It'll take 2 seconds.
Thank God Rich wasn't here or he would have not allowed it.
I know. I already had that in the back of my mind. No. Thursday, I don't have, hold on a second. Let me pull up the flyer so I get the information right. On Thursday, Stigma Free Springfield is hosting an event for parents. And I just want to give you guys the info in case anybody watches this by accident or whatever. You could go to Stigma Free Springfield Facebook page and see the information, but we're hosting an event, a virtual event Thursday night called ADHD 101 webinar, Understanding Why Your Kids Do What They Do. You just have to register in advance. It's free. There's a Zoom link on, if you go to stigmafreespringfield.com. And we have a guest speaker. Her name is Eva O'Malley, and she's the founder and coordinator of Try Chad, New Jersey, which is certified parent-to-parent instructor. And she's from the Chad National Board of Directors. And it'll talk about common myths and facts about ADHD, analyzing factors in diagnosing, common co-occurring disorders. So in this time, we know that mental health during this time, all the time, but especially over the last year, has been at the forefront of people's minds. And a lot of our kids are going through a lot of things that we may not necessarily know how to help them with. And Sheila Saha helped put this together. She's one of our very active members of the Stigma Free Initiative, and I'm really grateful that she did this. And hopefully people want to join. So it's free. It's a Zoom link. You don't have to get out of your house. It's in the evening, so after you have dinner and stuff, you can relax a little bit and check this out. It's just a good resource to have, and I just wanted to mention that, even though, I don't know how many people will see this tonight, but hopefully some people will. That's it.
All right, excellent. Wait, I see a baby on the screen here.
Oh, look at that.
That is beautiful.
That's a baby. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That's my new grandson.
Oh,
wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
to you and to Dad.
That's
I gotta
probably
tell
more.
you, out of all the titles John's had, I bet his favorite one is Grandpa.
That is amazing.
On my resume.
Excellent.
Enjoy every minute.
I had to have him make his debut. Sorry.
It's awesome.
Oh, no apology
that's the best
necessary.
thing ever. That's the
That
best
is
thing ever.
amazing.
Thank you, guys.
I will cover two things now that I'm thinking of it. As far as our Springfield COVID situation is concerned, it is still the same. We are still relying on the county. The appointments are still booked through Kane and are still booked online. There is no additional info from last week, so I do not have anything on that. And thank you, Springfield Uni Project. I got your card. You're welcome. I am just thankful that I can help you guys in any way. Everybody, they got it? Chris, you got one?
Oh, there. Yes, thank you very much. Very touched. We love the mutual support that we give each other, and let's continue to be there for each other, support each other, and anything that we can do to help is. I was a little surprised when I opened the card.
Oh, it was all over.
And that's what I have kids for, to clean it up. Christopher was all over cleaning it up. In fact, I wouldn't give him the chocolate until he cleaned up the confetti that fell out.
I had no idea this car was going to be filled with confetti. That is the Unity Project. That is the most evil gift you could have given me. Thank you. It just
Glitter bombs.
anyway, if that's all, then let's make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
I finally got to do it tonight.
There you go. Well, Rich isn't here, Chris is not even done with the sentence yet. Rich is like signing off.
John's got a date with a jet ski.
Going out to the hot tub.
There you go.
There you go. Good for you. Enjoy.
Nice. Enjoy.
Good night,
Have a
everybody.
good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Night.